You're watching the News Channel 15 Highlight Zone with Glenn Marini. Sports coverage you can count on with the Highlight Zone starts now.
I was just real excited to sign and get it over with. I've been waiting for this day to come. It's great to come back and play in front of a lot of familiar places. Everybody told me they want to come out to a show, so I think that's what I gave them. I can make a big impact myself.
I don't know if James Blackman Jr. knows the Big Mac song, 12 beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, but he is a supersized talent. That's why Blackman recently earned one of the 24 spots in the McDonald's All-American game. Unfortunately, he won't be repping the Summit City as he's now at Marion instead of Bishop Luers, but that's precisely why we sent Joe Whalen to Grant County tonight. He joins us now with more. Joe.
Yeah, Glenn, Blackman Jr.'s selection to the McDonald's All-American game is all about keeping it in the family. James Blackman Sr. played in the game back in 1983 and led his team in scoring that night with 21 points. But back to the present and JBJ, he's on a tear this year, second in the state in scoring at just under 36 points a night. Marion showing love to their latest basketball star. Blackman and the Giants hosting 1A number 10 Blackhawk Christian tonight. Blackman, not surprisingly, was up for this game. His jumper was down. Cans the triple in the first. Next time down, same locale, same results. Then off the steal, the senior with the layup. Blackman 11 points in the first. Marion was up a dozen after one, but the Braves come on strong in the second. Joey Moreland, he's a Division I talent. That's a Division I shot. Hits from the wing. But the story of the night for Blackhawk, Will Davidson, 3 the hard way. He had a team-high 20 points, but in the closing seconds of the half, Blackman, the IU commit, sucking all the momentum back towards Marion. Beats the buzzer 40-30 at the half. BC with one more kick in the third. Preston Rippey ripping inside for the putback and the foul. Braves only down 11 going to the fourth, but JBJ would salt it away. Game high 26 points on 9 of 14 shooting as Marion wins at 79-62. Afterwards, Blackman discussing his McDonald's All-American selection.
That really meant everything to me, actually. That was my dream growing up. I watched those guys out there, and I just wanted to be like them. And now that I'm in that game, it's just a great feeling. My dad was real proud of me. He also was in that game, so I looked up to his career, and that's one thing I wanted to do.
He puts himself in a different category when you make that McDonald's All-American game. It's quite an honor, and I couldn't be prouder as a father and as a coach. He deserves it. He's been really working hard to make that happen.
Fort Wayne fans get a chance to see JBJ back in his hometown in about a week and a half. Marion is at Southside Tuesday, February 18th, weather permitting. And Glenn, this was a quiet 26 points, if there is such a thing. A couple of threes early on and then just kind of coasted home the rest of the way.
IU fans certainly happy that in November he put the John Hancock on that scholarship. But I'll tell you what, Blackhawk Christian, this is a team in 1A that could really make a run in the state tournament. At least I think, but not their number tonight. Thank you, Joe. A little closer to home, Northside boys. You remember they clinched the SAC title last Friday night. Tonight, they were trying to close out the conference season, a perfect 7-0. They were taking on Dwenger. That was Jeremy Jones with the deuce. But Grady Eifert gets a bucket going the other way to knot things up. How about Mike Davis? The senior wingman has been doing it all year. He does it for 3 there. Skins take the lead. Trevion Cruz puts the Redskins up by 5. Mike Fiancable, though, going the other way. Just got a football offer from Air Force this past week. Gets the hoop in the arm, but Mike Davis doing what Mike Davis does. How about some style points for Northside? He throws down the jam. Northside needed every one because the Skins win at 70-69. They finished 7-0 in the SAC. Snyder could finish second in the SAC with a win tonight over Bishop Luers. Early on, Andre Grant for Luers getting the bucket down low. Coach J.J. Foster doing a great job with his squad this year. How about Devlin Williams dumping it into Logan Godfrey to knot things up early? More from Snyder. Watch him work the full court. It is Devin Lowe with the layup. Panthers up by a pair. And then more from the Panthers. Malik Williams showing off the range. And Snyder beats Luers by 3, 59-56. At Southside, the Arch is still looking for that first SAC win. Wayne hoping it wouldn't happen tonight. Justin Mitchell throwing it down. He had 30 points. They're going to love that kid at Wright State. Southside countering, doing it with the jumper. That's Fred Preston in the corner for 3. But Wayne, they've got maybe the most stylish guy in all of the SAC. Cameron LaShore burying the 3 with the red headband on tonight. Nate Thomas, though, the senior, showing off his range at 6'5". But simply too much Wayne tonight. It's LaShore with another triple as Wayne beats South at South, 79-71. At Concordia, the Cadets hosting Northrop. Little guy getting some dap as Concordia coming off a 15-point win against Belmont earlier this week. How about this? Reggie Tharp, a cinema quality move. And when you got cinema quality skills, well, some cinema quality popcorn. Going the other way, Enos Pecherovich. He had 12 points, one of the most undersung players in the SAC this year. Then it's Jawan Starks. He had 13. Bruins up by a pair. Trayvon Wilson finishes on the break, and oh baby, the Bruins end up running away with this one, 63-38 over Concordia. Switching to the girls, but staying at Concordia. Last week, the Cadets, they clinched the SAC championship. Tonight, they were looking to finish undefeated in conference play. That's Addison Gepford with the jumper. Cadets up 42-25. Aaliyah Swari going to play at Central Michigan. Gets the bucket there on the spin and in, but too much Concordia. DeJour Young with the bucket as the Cadets, on the precipice of perfection. Courtney Smith finishes it off for Concordia. She had 18, and Concordia finishes 7-0 in the SAC, 52-31.
It was a really big goal of ours. All these tough teams in the SAC, and just coming out top makes it so much better.
Concordia battles Luers next Wednesday in sectionals. That is going to be one heck of a game to get things rolling. Hey, speaking of the night, second place in the SAC, very much on the line at Kilmer Court. Bishop Luers at Snyder. That's Marisha Jackson with the bucket down low, but Luers up by one here. Snyder's Corinna Smith would get the bucket off the full court press, and this one was tight. Luers needed every basket, and it was Addie Reinbold to the rescue. The senior going to play at Kentucky Wesleyan, gets the bucket there as Luers wins at Snyder 54-50. At Southside, Archers looking to go into sectionals on a high note. The defending state runners-up hosting Wayne. Carmen James with the basket. She's been doing it all year, but Southside going the other way. Jalea Smith with a pair. More from Southside. Chelsea Rogers continues to improve. Rogers from way out there nails the three. You're going to see Shatoya Sanders get the basket down low here for Wayne, but simply too much Southside. Chelsea Rogers doing it again for Coach Juanita Goodwell as Southside wins against Wayne 61-48. At Northside, both the Redskins and Saints with their last chance to win a conference game this season. Who would it be? 30 seconds left in the fourth. We're tied. That's Serena Linker with the bucket. And Northside up by two, but Dwenger going the other way. Sierra Fisher ties it at 61, and we would go to overtime. In OT, Tyra Purty passes to Jasmine Jenkins. Northside up by a pair, but too much Dwenger. 15 ticks left. A huge bucket there from Fisher as Dwenger goes on to win in overtime, 69-67. Well, that wraps up the night in the SAC, but when we come back, we're going to take a trip to Topeka. Yeah, title implications for the NECC boys and girls. West Noble at Westview in a doubleheader. We got Leo and Homestead girls going head-to-head, and an interesting double dip in Huntington. Highlights of all that coming up next in The Zone.
SAC champ, stay tuned to the